Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rock Video Rental. I am Brandon. With me, as always, is Caleb. And we are continuing on a Sylvester Stallone month. We are going to be talking about Tango and Cash. But before we do that, we do like we always do. And Caleb, have you watched anything good lately?
No, not really, not a whole lot. The national championship game for college football was the other night. What was it?
Rock?
Divisional football for the NFL was over the weekend.
Yep.
Um, so watched a lot of sports. My wife, I'm pretty sure I talked about this last time, I believe. The Pit. Yes,
Yeah.
I know I
Hmm.
did. Yeah. The Pit. She's watching that, and so I have caught some more of that, and like I said before, I've heard really good things about it, and it's supposed to be like really accurate to, um, accuracy of a medical TV show, real time kind of a thing. So,
Rock?
outside of that, I don't think there's anything else this week. So, what about you?
Rock. Well, I wasn't here last time, so I have a few things to cover. Been watching a lot of Big Bang Theory lately. Just
Mm-hmm.
something for like to watch in the background. Uh, I watched the entire series of Euphoria
Oh
on
gosh.
HBO. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's really only 2 seasons. Third season's supposed to be coming out in April, I think. That's an interesting show. It's definitely an adult show, but yeah, it's worth a watch. Then I watched some horror movies. I watched Joe Bob's Last Drive-In, and they had Don't Night. So it was like two movies with "don't" in the title because there's tons of those. They had "Don't Torture a Duckling," which is a giallo movie, um, done by Lucio Fulci. He did Zombie that we watched. Um, yeah, I've seen that one a few times. I saw that one in theater with Suspiria. So, the other one was "Don't Go in the Woods," which is an awesomely bad slasher movie from like 1980, 1981. It's a really early one. That one's always pretty fun. And then I watched another giallo movie called Four Flies on Grey Velvet.
Okay.
And it was made by Dario Argento, the guy who made Suspiria. And yeah, I don't know. It's about a guy who's like I believe he's a drummer in a rock band, and he's being followed by a stalker, and he gets like in a tussle with him, and he accidentally kills the guy because the guy pulls a knife on him, and he like accidentally gets the guy to stab himself with it, and he dies.
Hmm.
And there's like another stalker there wearing this like baby mask that takes a picture of him, like blackmails him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, it was kind of creepy looking mask. And like at the end, some of the dialogue is in Italian and not dubbed over because when they sent it for distribution, they never dubbed that part over. They just left subtitles. So it was really confusing because I'm like, wait a minute, like, is this woman speaking Italian? And then like the one I watched didn't turn the subtitles on. So I was like, okay. And then I looked up online and like Google it and stuff, and I found out that was how it was.
Okay then.
But I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty decent. It ended with a decapitation, so that's always great.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah. But other than that, I did watch um Demolition Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did watch the movie. Just wasn't able to record. Uh I think I've only ever seen that movie one other time all the way through. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it. Um, I thought Stallone was pretty good. I thought he had good chemistry with Sandra Bullock. I mean, Sandra Bullock is good. Um, I thought Wesley Snipes was pretty solid. I liked seeing Stallone and Wesley Snipes fight. That was pretty cool. Uh, I mean, since Wesley Snipes is a black belt, and I don't know, the whole thing where he gets like frozen at the end was pretty cool. I kept laughing at the parts where it's like every time Stallone would swear or like say something he would get fined.
Hmm.
Like I thought that was pretty good. And the radio station that was all just commercial
Jingles.
jingles. And
Yeah.
I'm like, if that radio station really existed, I bet you people would listen to it.
Oh yeah, I bet they would too.
Especially if they're well, because like you go on YouTube and there's a bunch of old commercials that people put up there.
Hmm.
Like our YouTube has old commercials that I pulled from old VHS tapes that I thought were cool. But yeah, I think that would really take off. Uh I don't I thought there was some parts in it that were like a little slow and some of the jokes got like a little bit old after a while. But it wasn't a perfect movie, but I did enjoy it. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5. Like
Rock.
I enjoyed Cliffhanger more than that, which is it came out in the same year. But
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, I definitely think it was a movie that was before its time too.
Rock.
But and I also heard that they're going to make a sequel.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we talked about that a little bit with where what was your source? Because I saw something and it clearly looked like it was AI generated. Now, AI generated images don't mean that the information is incorrect.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of time that they try to pull you in, like, oh my gosh, look at this, and then they try to make it seem more believable, which I think that actually hurts their case. So, like, where did you hear it from?
I saw it on Facebook and then I looked it up and on IMDb and there is a page for it on IMDb, but there's no information.
Okay, I mean,
So I don't know.
I think it would be kind of cool if maybe they did do a sequel, but I really hope that if they did, they don't involve Wesley Snipes because that just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, he's dead.
Exactly.
Maybe Dennis Leary becomes the bad guy. uh, but other than that Stallone movie, oh, I watched part of Rocky 3, so there's that too.
Boom.
AMC had like a Rocky marathon on.
Okay.
Yeah. And like when I was waiting for the football game to come on, I like turned that on and watched it.
Rock.
But I Rocky. And then I
Rocky.
also watched Tango and Cash. So let's talk about it. Tango and Cash is from 1989, is directed by Andrei Konchalovsky. That's my guess. I'm not very good with Russian names unless they're hockey players.
We'll take it.
Um, Framed by their ruthless arch nemesis, a pair of mismatched LAPD officers must put their differences aside to get even with the brutal crime baron who sent them to rot in a maximum security prison. The cast, we got Sylvester Stallone as Ray Tango, as Gabriel Cash, Terry Hatcher as Kiki, Jack Palance as Yves Perret?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how they said his last name. Brian James as Courier, James Hong as Quan, Michael J. Pollard as Owen, and Robert Zadar as Face. Um, yeah, this is our what second Robert Zadar movie
Yeah, I was gonna say
because he was in
that
Samurai Cop.
that was one of the first things in my notes. I was like, "Hey, is that guy?"
Yeah. uh, yeah, this is also our second James Hong movie because we did Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, another Kurt Russell, James Hong team up movie.
Yeah. Where Kurt Russell plays pretty much the same character.
Yep.
I mean, he played the same character in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, he just does the perfect, like, I don't like arrogance, confidence, guy who's always like irritated. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain that, but it's like if you've seen Kurt Russell in most of his movies, that's what he
Yeah.
is.
In any of his action movies, then you know what Kurt Russell is in this movie.
Yeah. And then Stallone, dude, I like Sylvester Stallone. I like a lot of Sylvester Stallone movies. The dude cannot comedically act. He was pretty rough in this. I mean, the action parts he did okay with, but when he was trying to do like the witty banter back and forth, it was like watching a toddler fight Mike Tyson. Like Stallone, everything he said was so wooden and clunky. When then Kurt Russell was just like,
Charismatic and
yeah,
yeah.
like just goes right off the hip and like it's natural feeling. Where it's like, and we've talked about this before that Stallone is, it's like he could do dramatic well, he could do action well, but when it comes to comedy, it's like he just falls so flat.
Didn't we
Which
say
is
it?
weird because like when he does interviews, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's witty, he's smart, he's like, he likes to joke around and stuff. But when it comes to movies, it's so forced.
Yeah, his level of comedy is the peak level of comedy that you find in Rocky.
Yeah. With
Like,
his little dad jokes.
yeah, he's like, oh, hey, duh, duh, duh." And it's like, okay, cool. Don't stress yourself out too much.
Careful, you might hurt yourself. Uh, it is maybe it's just because I watched this like soon after I watched Rocky 3.
Mm.
Like I watched a good portion of Rocky 3 the other day before I watched this, and I'm like, man, like Stallone is really struggling. And it reminded me, some of his line deliveries reminded me of Oscar. Just
Yeah.
because, like, you know, in Oscar, there are people that are really doing a great job in that movie, and I think we talked about that when we did it. Like Marissa Tomei was great in it,
Hmm.
but like Stallone was definitely not a strong part of that movie.
No. But the bad thing is that might be his best comedic role.
I know.
So, yeah.
I mean, you didn't love Stop or My Mom Will Shoot?
Not quite. Well, so here's like the thing, like Oscar works because it's in the middle of all his other stuff. If
Hmm.
Stallone had tried to start his career with Oscar early on, it probably would have killed his career.
Oh yeah.
Same with Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Like those things early on could kill your career. So
Yeah, for sure.
in this movie, well, it's an action movie and it's kind of surprising, being alongside Kurt Russell and everything. It's not bad, but it's kind of sloppy.
Yeah, it's a little sloppy, and I y- I think every time I watch this, I've watched this I think like 3 times now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe four. Every time I watch it, I guess I'm just expecting more, and I find myself wanting more.
Me
Or
too.
like I'm just like you're like, oh man, Stallone and Kurt Russell together in the '80s in an action movie, and Jack Palance is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like sign me up. And then it's like, oh, it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very easy way to put it. It was fine. Like, but
Yeah.
that's the thing too, is I'm with you. This is around the third time that I've watched it. And it was just so long since the last time I watched it. And was trying to remember it. And I was just like, yeah, I remember this really cool, like the escape from prison. Like they had some really cool stuff going on. And then I watched it and I was like, that's kind of boring.
Yeah. And
So
some things were kind of rushed.
yeah, like, oh, and then also things weren't explained super well. Like, okay, if two cops got put into the prison system and they went to the wrong prison and somebody identified the issue at the prison, they could have simply notified someone and it probably would have taken short order to get that fixed.
Yeah.
So they just, I mean, I know, and I understand what they were going for and everything, but it's just like the only way that you're going to get out of here is if you escape. It's like, I don't think so. Like, give them a phone call, maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then
and
they
we're
have,
it's almost like we're led to believe that the whole system was just rigged against him.
yeah, yeah. And then the brawl or whatever you want to say in the prison when they beat him up and then they like electrocuted him.
Yeah.
It was funny because I don't know if you noticed, but they were like in the laundry area, and then all of a sudden there were cells in the laundry area or something. Like that's what it looked like. Like there were
Yeah.
bars and all that stuff. And I was like, what? Where are we? What kind of prison is this? What is going on?
It was a maximum security prison.
Yeah. So, but also I did find it pretty funny that like they come in to bust the whole thing. So like these prison guards come in to rescue Tango and Cash, but then at the same time like they set Tango and Cash up like minutes later when Cash is trying to escape cuz like
Yeah,
they're
what was that all about? That was just unnecessary.
yeah, it's like, "Oh yeah, we're here to save you, Tango and Cash." And of course, it's like his one main friend who's trying to help him out. But then all of a sudden, like later that night, they're like, "Oh no, Tango and Cash are bad. Stick the dogs on
Before we get too far, I have to take a wild shot in the dark here.
them."
Do you think that the title Tango and Cash was created before the characters' names? Where they're like, Tango and Cash, that sounds great together. Then it's like, you think about it, then they're like, let's call Stallone Ray Tango. Like, what kind of name is Ray Tango? Like, I can get Gabriel Cash. That sounds like a real name.
Yeah,
But Ray Tango?
yeah, that was pretty bad.
I mean, it would have made more sense if like his name was like Tangolini or something like that, you know? Like give him more like an Italian sounding name, and then it's like his nickname is Tango.
Tangerine. Yeah, nobody called me that. Call me Tango. Uh,
Ray.
it, it would have been
Uh,
it would have been even funnier if he like incorporated dancing into his like, oh yeah, I just got a
with a
bust
rose in his teeth.
and I'm gonna do tango. Oh, do.
Oh, God.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have hurt this movie considering how cheesy it was, but
Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, I think cheesy is the best way to put this movie. I
yeah.
it, like, it's entertaining.
Hmm.
It's it's entertaining, but like we said, it's a little leaves you wanting more and expecting more, I guess. But I mean, all in all, not bad, I would say. But
Yeah.
yeah, cheesy is definitely
If you're doing something with 80s action movies, like you're going to do an 80s action movies marathon, this would not make the cut. Like, I don't know if you're talking about like a dozen 80s movies, like, oh, I'm going to have like an 80s action movie weekend. This one wouldn't make the cut. Like, it's not a bad movie, but it's not a good movie.
right.
It
I'm not
exists.
even sure if you're doing like a Stallone movie weekend marathon.
Hmm.
Would you even pick Tango and Cash?
For a Stallone movie weekend, no. Even for a Stallone 80s movie weekend,
Yeah,
probably not. Like,
yeah.
yeah, like I mean, even if we're like making the spectrum smaller and smaller, it's like, no. So, in the line of this movie, I did not think of this ahead of time, so I did not do research. What other are there other action heroes that did like anything like this with teaming up with another action hero of the time?
And not really.
I mean,
The
I know
only
you
thing
had
I can really think of is like uh movies that had two action guys in it that like became action guys like in the movie. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? How like Lethal Weapon, you had
Mm-hmm.
Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. They became more action stars after that movie was made. But really, only other thing I can think of is Predator.
Yeah, I was gonna say Predator, but like that was the closest thing I could think of. But even then, like it's borderline. It's not quite the same, but that was the only thing that really came to mind for me because yeah, it's just like I mean, of course you now have the Expendables and stuff like that, which is something completely
Hmm.
different. But um yeah, you would think with this huge combination that this would have been epic, you know?
Yeah, I guess another one I could think of would be a Universal Soldier,
Oh, yeah, that
Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. But even then, like Tango and Cash is two A-list
mhm.
actors known for action put together in a movie.
Yeah.
Where, like The Running Man has Arnold and Jesse Ventura in it too, but Jesse Ventura was not an A-list actor.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would even almost say like Universal Soldier, it's like an A and a B, like
Yeah,
Jean-Claude Van Damme A and then Dolph Lundgren is a B. And nothing against
yeah,
him, but just like as far as like the star power and the
yeah.
same thing with Jesse Ventura, like kind of like what you're saying. Um, so yeah, just like I cannot think of another double A combination. And like, I just couldn't imagine. Obviously, I was a baby practically when this movie came out. Like, if nowadays, obviously, with all the streaming services and things like that, you get actors doing things together all the time now. But
Yeah.
back in the 80s, like if I was a teenager and they said, dude, did you hear about the movie that they're coming out with Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell? I'd be like, oh my gosh, like that's mind blowing. So,
Right.
and then it became
Well, I guess
Tango and
if you
Cash.
want to count Double Impact, if you want to count Double Impact, there's two Van Dams.
Oh man.
uh, Man, I was trying to think. I guess Demolition Man. That came after this, but Demolition Man. Yeah, Wesley Snipes and
Yeah,
Stallone.
that would be closer. That would definitely be
Yeah,
but the thing that's different about that is you have the hero and the villain.
yeah.
Where this is two heroes together.
Hmm.
So it really kind of capitalizes on that whole aspect of like, oh, double action hero, um, star power, and that didn't really turn out to be that way. So
Yeah.
now, should
Yeah.
we talk about the movie?
Yeah, probably.
A
Um, I mean, it kind of starts off with action.
little bit.
Yeah, Stallone stops in the road in front of a semi, fires on the guys. They stop, they get arrested. It's like, why did you stop this car? You're out of your jurisdiction. Like, oh yeah, that's we haven't seen this before. Um, and Stallone's like, well, did you check the tanker on this truck? And they're like, yeah, it's full of gas. And he like
He
goes over
thinks
and he
he's
opens it up.
Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo's a pussy. Yeah. And then he opens up the spout or whatever on the tanker and a bunch of coke comes out of it.
Oh no, he didn't open it. He just shot it.
Oh yeah, shot it. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, and a bunch of cocaine starts spilling out.
Oh look, it's snowing.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was
Oh
so bad.
yeah, terrible, terrible line.
Uh,
Then we get, Kurt Russell kind of doing his thing too, and it's like that's how you see the difference between him and Kurt Russell's more of like gray areas and he does the interrogation with the guy where he sets the chair on a guy's throat.
And Stallone's like, we do it by the book.
Yeah. Uh, we're basically Stallone's the Danny Glover, and Kurt Russell's the Riggs.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Uh, but then all of a sudden they get framed, and they said they killed an FBI agent or an FBI agent. Well, there you go. Keanu and Patrick Swayze together.
Ooh.
There's two
Yeah,
A-list action guys.
yeah, but hero and villain kind of thing.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit team up, a little bit team up kind of
I think
thing. But
Swayze was kind of almost like an anti-hero in that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But um yeah, and that's when they get put in the jail, and it's like they go through the trial and everything. They get put in the jail and they're like, they're gonna get the minimum security because of our lawyers, and they end up in the max security. And of course everybody knows who they are because they're the two big cops in town.
And then of course the guy that Stallone just put away is there.
Yeah.
Dun
Much
dun
like Death
dun.
Warrant. Van Damme. Uh and yeah, we talked about the breakout thing.
Which was I like I said, I remembered that being a lot more interesting than it was. And then
Yeah, me too. I mean, there was a fair amont of action. Like they fight Robert Zadar, and
hmm he gets
they have to be
electrocuted.
like, yeah, he gets electrocuted. They have to try to like dodge the wires so they don't get shocked. It's like, can't you grab the wire if you're not touching the ground? I don't know. I'm not sure either. Like that was pretty funny. Uh,
I would say you bringing that up, by the way, and I feel like we've hinted at this direction, but really Kurt Russell makes this movie.
oh yeah, he's carrying a fair amount of it. I mean, especially the comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, Stallone is always great with action, but yeah, Kurt Russell's definitely carrying the comedy
hmm
and a lot of the dialogue. I have a feeling with Kurt Russell that like when he does dialogue in movies like this, he's basically just improving
I would
with
have
a
to
lot of
imagine.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume he has a fair amount of liberties with things.
hmm
Um, or it could just be how he's written, like we wrote this for Kurt Russell and we know what he can do and what he brings to the table kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then it's like, uh, was it Kurt Russell goes and meets up with the guy who played Mr. Noodle in Elmo's World on Sesame Street? He was also the clown from Air Bud,
Oh, that's
the
funny.
guy with the scraggly red hair and a mustache.
Mm,
But and then he figures out, kind of what's going on and everything. He goes to a strip club, and that's how he meets Stallone's sister, played by Terry Hatcher, which I remember her being in the movie more
okay.
when I watched this the last time, and she doesn't show up. Well, she's at the beginning talking to Stallone, but she doesn't come back into the movie until like 45 minutes into it
hmm
or longer, close to an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
But and yeah, and those two finally meet up. Stallone and Kurt Russell. Yeah, because Stallone walks into his sister's apartment and he thinks that her and Kurt Russell are fooling around.
Yeah, that was like the cheesiest, dumbest, like exaggeration of her giving him a massage
Yeah,
and them both
yeah.
getting into it.
That's where I kind of got to the point where I was like, this movie is really kind of cheesy. uh, they start like okay, when they go find that thug with the British accent from the jail, and they play bad cop, worst cop. That part was kind of funny because it's like, oh, we got a grenade. They're gonna drop it down his pants and everything.
hmm
And unless you tell us uh, who set us up or whatever, and that's when they find out that it was Jack Palance' character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and they meet up with Kurt Russell's buddy, the guy with like the squeaky voice
Mm-hmm.
that gives them this big RV that's like all decked out with weaponry and
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was like it almost looked like a minivan, but I think they were going for like a weird futuristic pickup truck.
yeah, it was like an Econoline work van,
Yeah, it
like an
was
electrician's van.
yeah, it was weird. It was a weird choice.
Yeah, especially when the bad guy's driving around a monster truck,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's cool. They should have been in a monster truck or something, you know. But yeah, and that's how they like get into um
Compound.
the compound, I guess. Yeah, and then they meet back up with the British guy, and this time he actually does get a grenade in his pants. That was the goriest part of this entire movie. Because like he explodes and there's like this fountain of like viscera and blood stuff just like flops behind Kurt Russell's character.
mm.
uh yeah, I even the climax when they get in the RV, like it's just, I don't know, I guess I wanted more action.
It was rushed.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And they had too much going on with the story, I think.
Yeah, I
They
would
had to
agree.
save Stallone's sister, and like, did they really even need Stallone to have a sister in this?
It was a comedic thing because of the back and forth with Stallone and Russell about him dating his sister and all that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that he's like, oh, now that we get along and like, I saved you and everything, I definitely deserve a chance to go out with your sister. But of course there's a self-destruct mode on the compound.
Oh yeah, it's 80s. You gotta
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah. And then he's like in a hall of mirrors holding on to Kiki at gunpoint. And then they both pick out the correct mirror.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because the whole thing was very James Bond villain
Yeah.
style. Like the whole exploding compound, the whole like mastermind, the room of mirrors. Yeah, it seemed like a bad, poorly executed James Bond movie.
Yeah, for sure. All he needed was like an Austin Powers, the slowly moving thing that drops Austin and gosh, what's her face into the water, and it's like, aren't you gonna watch to see what happens? No, I'm just gonna assume that it all went to plan.
Yeah.
It's like one guard. Yeah, that was all they were missing.
Well, I mean, it's so close because actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I mean, the character face
Yeah,
Robert Czar, um, kind of like Jaws,
yeah,
um, and then of course you've got like the one hot female character they have to throw on there
yeah.
for
Kurt
some
Russell's
screen
character.
time. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and then you got the over the top crime lord who has the self-destructing base.
Mm-hmm.
This needs an evil volcano lair.
And he had a weird pet. He had like the weird mice. He
Yeah,
didn't have a cat, but he had the weird obsession with the mice.
yeah. And then they had the fancy vehicle. It had everything.
Mm-hmm.
One-liners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the special vehicle, like special gadgets.
Yeah. And the only thing I'll say is this movie didn't have that um 007 movies usually have. Good music. The music in
Oh
this
my,
movie was terrible
yes.
at times. So sometimes it's like something you would get from like royalty free website or something. And what it reminds me of, and this is really like niche, but
Uh,
uh the old WWE network that was around, even just a couple years ago, when they would re-upload uh old WCW pay-per-views and they didn't want to pay for the music that was on there, they would just dub it over with like some terrible garbage, and that's what it made me think
that's
of.
hilarious.
It
Yeah,
was like
the
burp, 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 burp.
the
Like,
music
I'm like, it's not fit.
the music in this definitely it was either okay or terrible.
Yeah, and dude, it was done by Harold Faltermeyer,
Hmm,
the dude who did the Top Gun anthem.
dang.
Yeah, like, did you just phone it in for a paycheck? Yeah,
uh
not good.
not his best day.
No, I think if this movie came out like 3 years later, it would have had like just actual music that you hear on the radio, and
Sure.
it would have been better. But um, man, I don't know. I think the cop, worst cop was probably my favorite part of the movie. Like I thought that was pretty good, the back and forth and
Yeah.
um scaring the tough British guy that was just annoying as crap.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think if you trimmed out a lot of this movie, it could have been better because you're right, they did so much of the emphasis on the story. Because man, I mean, how long was it before they even went to prison?
it was
Right?
a while. It was a
Like, yeah,
while, probably a
they had,
half hour.
yeah, they had like that little intro where they had a little bit of action at the beginning, and then they kept going on about like the trial and all this other stuff, and it's just like, dang, dude, like boring.
Yeah,
So
yeah, not one of Stallone's best.
no.
Um, anything else sad? You want me to get the trivia and facts?
Go ahead with trivia and facts.
All right. So, Jack Palance jokingly showed his displeasure about filming this movie while on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He said that when he first got the script, he was really excited about doing the movie since he had three nice scenes with Stallone. But as soon as the filming started, all the scenes with Stallone were cut, and he didn't even see Stallone throughout the entire movie.
Dang.
Yeah. So the director was replaced toward the end, principal photography by Albert Magnoli.
Hmm.
Um, in the his book of memoirs, Konchalovsky says that the reason he was fired was because he wanted to give the film a more serious tone than the producers wanted. As such, his relationship with producer John Peters became untenable. However, he has nothing but praise for Sylvester Stallone, and he states that it was a constant voice of reason on the set.
Oh, there you go.
So the scene,
I thought he was gonna say it was Stallone's best performance, but
best comedic performance ever until Oscar. Uh, so the scene where Tango faces an oncoming truck with nothing but a gun was borrowed from the movie Police Story, where Jackie Chan performed the stunt. As a response, Chan would later reference the makeshift zip line, prison escape moment from the film, in a scene early in the third installment of Police Story series, Super Cop.
okay.
The glasses Stallone wears early in the film are actually his own. They're not props. He usually wears contact lenses in his movies. The lenses show that he is very nearsighted in one eye, less so in another. Plus, he has astigmatism.
Hmm.
While filming the scene, um, in which the back of the SUV catches fire, the flames would not go out when filming was over. Kurt Russell and Stallone were caught in a cross draft. Stallone was so close to the fire that his hair was singed in places.
Oh gosh.
Yikes. This is one of the first movies to get a wide release in the Soviet bloc countries after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Bootleg VHS tapes became hot sellers in Russia. Brian James once claimed that he felt more like a celebrity than when he was swarmed by crowds of people in the Ukraine who recognized him as one of the movie's villains.
Yeah, nice.
Never felt more like a celebrity. Kurt Russell was originally considered and offered the role of Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon, but he turned it down and it went to Mel Gibson, with whom he worked with on Tequila Sunrise. His character in the film is loosely based on Riggs, and yeah, we mentioned that.
Yeah.
The last thing I got is this movie has a $55 million budget and made 120 in the box office.
Oh, geez. So
Yeah,
still
so
successful.
yeah, pretty successful.
Thing. One thing I want to say before we jump into it,
Yeah,
talking about facts and trivia. I do not know that this is a fact, but you brought up the police story Jackie Chan thing.
yeah,
While watching this movie, I was thinking about it, and I didn't, of course, do the research on this, but I do question if Jackie Chan took inspiration from this movie.
okay,
Because the scene where Stallone and Russell drive the big construction trucks through the building. I don't know. I
okay.
can't remember if we watched it for Jackie Chan month or not, but 1997 Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, he does that same thing.
Yeah,
So but with a much bigger truck. So I kind of wonder if maybe there was some, so he inspired some stuff for the movie. I'm kind of curious if there was some inspiration from this movie for a Jackie Chan movie.
yeah.
So
It said the zip line part in Super Cop
yeah.
that he got from this. So yeah, it probably was the truck thing too.
Hmm.
But Jackie did it better.
Yeah, he did.
Oh man. All right, so grades. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, what do you got?
Oh, IMDb. Oh, 5.1.
6.4.
What?
Yeah.
No way. No freaking way. Can you give this a 6.4 when Cliffhanger is a 6.5?
Yeah. Cliffhanger is a lot better than this, I will say.
Dude, wait, wait. Cobra is a 5.8.
Yeah.
And I would say Cobra is better than this. Like, if it was a 5.8, 5.9, I'd be okay with it. But this is a 6.4?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rotten Tomato critic. I may have accidentally seen this one. Is it in the 30s?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's like, what is it, like 36 or something?
31.
Oh, 31. Ugh. Rotten Tomato audience, I would say 45.
52.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah. I guess I will go first since I wasn't here last week.
Dun dun dun.
Um, yeah, I think, like I said, it's an entertaining movie. It's not great. It's not bad. It leaves you wanting more and expecting more, I guess. Uh, I think it would have been funnier if Kurt Russell was more of like crazy wacky guy and Stallone just played it completely straight
Hmm.
with like no real one-liners. I think it would have worked better. Uh, because like I said, Stallone can't comedically act. Um, yeah, it's got some cool stuff in it. I thought the whole or bad cop, worst cop thing was pretty funny. Uh, the hand grenade down the pants and explosion and all the gore and that was pretty ridiculous. Uh, I don't know. I mean, Kurt Russell's doing a great job in this movie, so I ended up giving it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't give it a 4 because I don't know. I feel like there's movies that we watched this month that were better than this,
Yeah.
but I know that there's probably going to be worse. Next week's probably going to be worse. If I had to guess.
Hmm.
But what about you?
Yeah, so in a movie that is trying to give you I mean, it is giving you two A-list action heroes on a plate. You expect an action movie. And this was a very timid action movie. I
Yeah,
would be very curious on the time stamp of the amount of action compared to non-action in this movie. But they did not deliver. I mean, they had to have known that that's what people would expect from this, and that is not what they delivered. They tried making the story too deep. Like they still could have done the same story, but they just tried taking it too deep and spent too much time on it. And it affects how invested you get into the movie and how engulfed in the movie you are. And so it was just a bummer and disappointing appointment with that. The music was detrimental. Like the music just
yeah.
hurt so bad. Because sometimes another thing that can I kind of help get you more engulfed or encompassed in the whole situation, kind of lost in the moment, is the environment created by the music, and the music did nothing.
No, it did
Nada.
no favors to this movie.
Nope. So that was rough too. So, as much as I like Stallone, as much as I like Kurt Russell, and as excited as I would think one would be for putting them both in a movie, I wound up going and falling a little bit shorter than you, and went with a 3 out of 5. Definitely not like I often say. I don't know if we have the same view on it. Like once you're at 2.5, you're like bad. Like
Yeah.
bad begins at 2.5. And so I feel pretty good at 3 because yeah, we're definitely a ways from 4. And I just feel like 3.5 is kind of just giving it too much credit because they had so much to work with and they didn't capitalize on it. So yeah.
Rock. Yeah, I would agree. Um, I know next week is probably going to be even farther step down from
Even more
this.
amazing.
Ending with a long sustained fart. This is usually considered one of Stallone's worst movies. It's Rhinestone, which I have not seen. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, like just clips on YouTube and everything.
I haven't seen it
So
either.
I'm interested to see like how terrible this is.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's got Dolly Parton in it. There's two A-list action.
uh,
Oh gosh. If you guys are liking the show, please subscribe and share. You can follow us on social media. We're on pretty much every platform. Check out our YouTube and our TikTok. Next time, we're going to be talking about Rhinestone. But until then, as always, be kind and rewind.